Good morning. It's turned out nice again. How's it going, guys? You all right? Now, if you're new to my channel, this is a morning briefing. It's a briefing in the morning where I speak to my lovely peoples in the community and tell them what's on the agenda today, tell them what I've been up to, etc., etc., etc. And most importantly, do my acknowledgements. Today is a Saturday, and on a Saturday, I like to go for a beer in the afternoon. And during the week, some of my peoples buy me a beer because they're nice like that. All right, so there's probably going to be nothing exciting in this video. We're going to touch on a few Liverpool things, I imagine. But this is not like a news bulletin. You know, someone said the other day, well, I've watched this video for 30 minutes. There's no news in it. Despite me saying 26 seconds into it, exactly what I've just told you. All right, so what we're going to talk about today, well, today's February the 7th. And it's 14 years ago to the day that my mum passed away. She was 55. She was 54 when she went into hospital. She wasn't supposed to die, which maybe, you know, some people, I don't know, maybe everyone goes, they weren't supposed to die. But what I mean is, it was like she went into hospital for what they described as a routine operation on her heart, actually. And she got infected in hospital in another part of her body, and that's what killed her. All right, so that's what I mean by she wasn't supposed to die, and it's 14 years to the day, and I'm not going to dwell on it too much in this video because you know me, I'm a very soft person. Behind all the DKB and all that, I'm soft as shit. So I know if I start talking about my mum, I will probably burst into tears, as I've done many times before. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's left me a really nice message. Please don't think I'm being rude if you haven't seen me respond to it. I probably will just, give it that little love heart on the thing because I don't want to talk about it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like as soon as I start talking about it, I made a post on Facebook this morning and X and also Instagram as well. Instagram and X is at Duncan Oldham. If you want to be my Facebook friend, it's Dunk DUNKOLDHM. I'd love you to join me. And just acknowledge the day, just to keep her memory alive to people that knew her, not for me to, give me attention. I'm not that kind of person, to be honest with you. I think about my mum every day of the year. And, like my dad died in 1993, and you never hear me really mention that, but it's a different situation. It was my stepdad. Doesn't devalue him at all because he brought me up from when I was about 6. And to me, he's dad. I called him dad. Biologically, not dad, but as a man, dad. And my real father hasn't really been in my life, to be honest with you. I don't even know if he's still alive. I know it'll be a very, very sad day for me when I hear maybe that he's not. But he chose to live a more private life. He's only got one kid, which is me, as far as I'm aware. I made, attempts over the years and we did spend time together, and he was a lovely man, very funny man, really, really funny man, the funniest man I've ever met in my life. The ladies loved him, probably because he was cheeky and funny. Maybe that's where I get it from, because that's all I've got going for me. And, no, they do call me the silver tongue. And, he was a cool guy, really good, but sometimes people just go their own ways, I guess. And I never called him dad. I always called him by his first name. And I wish things had been different. And I know some people might go, why don't you reach out? Nah, I've done it many, many times over the years. And when my mum died, I thought he might turn up at the funeral and think, my boy needs me, because I'm his only son. But he chose not to. So my auntie, for example, who's just messaged me a few minutes ago, my mum's sister, I call her Mumsy number 2, which is like a little nickname. I guess she'd be mum now, isn't she? She would say, if I said, I was thinking of Rich, she'd go, fuck him. You're the child, even though I'm 51. You're the child, it's him. So I don't mention my dad. There's a big picture of him just outside there on the wall. You might have seen it in some of my videos. He's there in his full uniform. He was a senior police officer. He committed suicide back in 1993, the same year Charlotte was born. Silly man. Which is why I have strong opinions about suicide. Sometimes, I'm very brutal when it comes to it. I'm very much like, no, but let's just not go into those conversations in case you've been affected by suicide. But everyone's entitled to their own views, and I just think I don't know, some of these people are a bit selfish. They might be at the end of the tether or whatever. I get that completely. But especially these people, my dad didn't do this, but especially these people that go and hang themselves in their house and the wife and kids find them and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I don't think, and I guess that's what happens. And I know you might say to me, "Don't, steady on." No, I'm sorry, they're my views and I'm sticking to them. I'm not going to discuss them, and we'd fall out with each other if we did. I've just been on the receiving end of seeing people suffer as a result of it. And he's a prick. He's not. I mean, I love my dad, honestly. I can see him from here. The first picture, you come in the house, the only picture, as you come in my house, and it's huge, big picture, it's out there, is my old man. And, well, I'll show you. I'll show you, because we're talking about something, and it's a little bit, you know, I want to show you. Let me show you. Here he is, look. Silly sod, aren't you? What did you do that for, you fucking idiot? He was great. He was mint. And like I say, he brought me up. Come on, Remy. He brought me up. And I'm not really, well, I am a bit angry with him, but I had to watch my mum go through it all, you know, and she nearly lost the house and everything. So if you're thinking of topping yourself, don't. All right? For other reasons as well, like your own reasons. Life's brilliant. Let's fucking cherish it. It is. It might not feel like it, but it's. So my auntie, again, if you watch my morning briefings, especially on a Saturday, you might hear me say, "Oh, my auntie's just messaged." Every Saturday, we have this tradition of messaging each other and saying, "Happy Saturday," right? And we send each other like these gifts, if you like. Where are they? Look, so here's the, let me just, I've got a switch. I don't know how to do it now. Here we go, there. So she sent me these, look. Do you see what I mean? Like these Happy Saturday things. And she said, underneath those, she said, had to send them, keep the tradition, kiss, kiss, kiss. And then I sent mine back or whatever. And the reason we do that is because on a weekend, right, we've had a lot of sadness and heartbreak in our family. My auntie, for example, her daughter, mad Liverpool fan, paralysed from the waist down, if you like, just a complete, she got a belly button pierced and ended up paralysed in a wheelchair for all her life now. She was a very sporty girl, captain of the women's football team in Scarborough. She ran for county, North Yorkshire, swam for county. You couldn't meet a girl that needs her legs more than anything. And so we've been through a lot of stuff, you know, and I could depress the fuck out of you, right? We all go through it. I'm not looking for like, oh, poor me. We all go through it. But what we handle it, we try and handle it a different way, right? So I remember having a conversation with my auntie once. It was approaching a weekend. It was a Friday or a Saturday, right? I think it was a Saturday, which would make sense. And we just came up in conversation. I said to her, I get people saying to me, "What are you doing this weekend?" Right? And it just became a bit funny because because when people ask me that, right, back at the time, right, because I was probably on my own then, and you know, I do cop talk every day of the week, right? So every day, because I work from home, is the same day, if that makes sense. Every day, right? So that people would say, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I go, same as I did yesterday. Yeah, because a lot of people go and have weekends, right? If you work Monday to Friday, you've got your weekend, and you maybe really look forward to it. Whereas I'm just like, just another fucking day, really. And you know, and there's usually so much trauma going on in our family, all right, that when we say like, "Have a happy weekend," we go, "Yeah." So we deliberately poke fun of it. So every Saturday, one of us messages the other first saying, "Happy Saturday!" You know, we're just taking the piss. And obviously my mum's anniversary, her sister's anniversary has fallen on a Saturday. So there's irony in that, hey, happy Saturday. But we are going to be happy. And that's the message I just sent to my auntie and said, look, 14 years, where's it gone? She'd want us to be happy. So I'm going to be happy. And do you know what I did then? I told her what I'm doing to make myself happy today. I am. And do you know what I've done? Do you know what I'm going to do today? And Remy's down here, no surprises. Ta-da! Smoked bacon! All right, now look, what's it say? Descuento, all right? Discount, 30% off, all right? And guess what else I'm having? Ta-da! Sausages, look, 50% off, €1.50 for all of them. Can you tell I'm from Yorkshire with the discounts? Yeah? So what I'm doing today is I'm going to have bacon, sausage, and full-priced eggs for my breakfast. Now, I don't normally do that on a Saturday. On a Sunday, yes, after a few beers the night before. And I'm going to have that breakfast in memory to my late mother. I am, because she cooked that for me if she was here. So that's what I'm doing today, number one. Right, I'll be with you in a second. I always get someone whinging in fucking comments, but they don't last long. So if I was you, I'd shut your mouth, especially today, if you don't like the fact that I'm having my little health drinks that I think make a huge difference. In the last week, I've lost more than 4 kilos, 4.5 kilos. I'm back on track again. I'm at my lowest weight now. I'm down to 2 ton in probably 5 years or something, honestly. So I'm starting to get a bit happier about that. So that's a low cholesterol one, reduced cholesterol one, should I say, because it obviously works. Low cholesterol just before he has a packet of sausages and bacon. Boom, boom! And this one is one of them things that puts all the healthy germs or stuff in your tummy. I don't know. Psychologically. I don't know. I like the taste of it. Strawberry. It's all right. I feel really sad, really, guys, but I'm doing all right. I don't do well. I had a lad message me today saying, someone I know locally, saying this isn't about the football, because we only talk about the football club here. And he said it was my mum's anniversary yesterday. I've just seen it was yours today, because we don't know each other very well. And he said, I'm just sending you hugs and shit like that. And then I've got our very own Matthew Beale. You'll have seen him on here, one of our moderators on this channel. And, you know, a really lovely lad. He's going through some horrendous shit this morning. Not this morning. Well, he is. But I mean, like, not just today. It's been going on for a while. Family stuff like that. You know, just people, you know. It's up to him if he wants to discuss it publicly. And I have a friend here that's just messaged me about half an hour ago. He goes to the football here with us, you know, the local club. I've met him through that and his missus and the lovely people. And he said, I've just messaged you and Martin, that's, you know, Miss Sunderland supporting friend, because we all, you know each other. And he went, yeah, just basically bad news to do with his partner, his wife's father that was taken seriously ill overnight. So there is shit going on all over the place. I will be replying to emails this morning from some of you guys that have, you know, that I know are really struggling. You know, when I say illness, I don't mean a blocked nose and a tummy bug or something. I mean, I can think of 3 people that are seriously ill or have been, and I try and get my community to keep me posted, because when someone tells me, hey, I've got cancer, or hey, I'm having chemo, or you know, whatever, I just always say, well, you know, keep in touch with me. That's why I say to you guys, you know, if you comment around my channel and you disappear, where are they? You know, Corvo, Newcastle United fan, he used to come on this channel all the time. We've not seen him since Easter. But, you know, I'm sure he's all right as a young lad. But it's identity. You know, I think a lot of YouTube people probably don't have that connection that I have with my audience. Here, everyone is family here. If they want to be involved, there's people that may be too busy or just nosy for whatever reasons, or maybe just don't want that connection. Hello, Remy, we want that connection, don't we? But I care about every single person that watches my videos. And even if they were a hater, you know, even if they weren't a very pleasant person, if they came to me and said, I'm sorry for hating on you and I'm in a bit of shit, can you help me? I would help them. Because I'm just like that. Maybe that's because that's how my mum brought me up. I don't know. So today's a very emotional day. This is my schedule for today. I'm going to host a live stream this morning at 11:30 a.m. UK time, right? And it will strictly be for 1.5 hours tops, because this afternoon I'm going to, what do you call it? I'm going to go for a beer. And I'm going to see my friend Martin, and we're probably going to watch the Sunderland game together. And then tonight, my good lady will come and join us, and me and her will go and do something together on our own. We didn't go out last night. You know, last night I said no stream. I'm going out with my girl on a Friday. 2 Fridays missed now. I was too busy. I had things to do, unfortunately. And in fairness, she was busy too. And we made a decision, you know, when she came home I said, what we doing? And I said, I'm not really hungry. And she said, me neither. So we stayed in. One of my viewers very kindly topped up Revolut and said, take it, go for have dinner on me kind of thing. I can assure you we will do that. Excuse me. Thank you. He's chewing his hot water bottle. I let Remy sleep in here now in the lounge. He used to sleep in the kitchen on a night. But I've started, well, he's got 2 beds up here. He's got one in the kitchen and one in here. I'm letting him sleep in here on a night. I put the tripod on the settee though, so he can't get on the settee. And he seems to really like it because it's a bit warmer in here for him. So yeah, what I'll probably do is maybe take her for dinner on Monday or something. I don't know, I'll make it up to her. I want to show you this as well. I took the photos down to the lads at training yesterday. They were very grateful. You may remember I told you about a lad in the bar recently, a friend of Martin and his wife's, and he was having a bit of a struggle recently, and apparently I think this is his grandma that he'd lost recently. And they said to me, is there any chance you could get that picture developed? So I've just been and done that, so I'm going to take that down for him today. So it's not just about, football, it's just trying to do your bit, 59 cents to say to someone, I care, and your friends care because they asked me to do it. And to let a lad know that was in a very, very bad place the other week, to let a lad know that people care about him. So we've done that. So live stream 11:30, then I'm going to go for a few sherbets with my friends. Guess what came yesterday? I had a delivery yesterday. I bought this microphone because the Cop Talk podcast is coming back on Monday, all right? I've received some emails from you. If you'd like to email me, podcast@coptalk.com. Give me your Liverpool views. Give me statements. You can ask questions, but statements are good because I can read your opinions. It's an MV7. It's a Shure one, for sure, as Rafa would say, for sure. A Shure MV7 podcast kit. It costs €313. If you don't believe me, look on Amazon.es. And if it wasn't for you guys that support me, I wouldn't be able to do that. I already have a mic. I've got a blue snowball over there. I've got a Rode NT, I think it's called down there. But I want to see if it's worth paying so much money for, improved audio quality, as Rafa would say, for sure. So that's my mic. It came yesterday. I stuck it on the Never Never on the credit card. I shouldn't have done it. But fuck it. I think it's probably because I've got that fucking attitude in me because my mum's dead and I'm sad. And my mum would say, do you want, son, if you want to get yourself something, get it. Because that's what my mum was like. Get it and worry about it later. And she won't be worrying about it now where she is, will she? So, which brings me to me. Yes, I've bought myself something which I shouldn't have bought. Again, this is for the, for Cop Talk, the microphone, and I'm not really going to get any enjoyment out of that. It's for you. It's for your benefit. But you know what? I recently made a video on here, or in one of my morning briefings, or I talk about these things all the time. I'm a deep person, as you probably worked out, and death is something that comes into my conversation a lot because I've experienced a lot of it. My head's pretty fucked, if I'm completely honest with you, with it all. And I have panic attacks about death because I don't want to die, right? Which might not seem right. I mean, I'm sure we all don't want to die, but, maybe from a guy that hasn't really looked after himself over the years, which I blame Cop Talk for that, by the way. Sat on my ass for all them years, nearly 30 years, not moving. I don't know. When you're young, you think you've got your whole life ahead of you. Maybe you have. Well, maybe not for everyone. I'm a deep person, and I always talk about how much I enjoy life. And I'm really enjoying life at the moment, believe it or not. And I remember making a video on here saying, or mentioning a video, and I'm sure I've mentioned it many times, I just want to be happy, like money. Look, we all need money, right? Money won't change me. Yeah. Fucking change me, all right? I'll be on a fucking great big speedboat like that. I'm going to be hammers with camera going out, going, all right, guys, stand up nice again, motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? That's what we'd be doing right now, I can assure you. All right? Now, if I won lottery, I'd go down to the dog zone down there and have it all kitted out with radiators and shit like that. You know what I mean? I got 2 of my dogs from there, and it's sad. But there's not a lot of things that I would spend on myself. This is what I've got everything. I've got everything. My cousin's paralysed, like I just mentioned, right? So that reminds me that I've got the ability to walk, touch, feel, hear, see. So if we've got all those things, we're already rich. And sometimes we don't realise these things because we take things for granted. I dated a blind girl once. Some of you know that, and you might think that's funny, and she thought it was funny, and I thought it was funny. We should take the piss all the time. She wasn't completely blind, obviously. No, she knew what I looked like, but she needed to. She couldn't see more than so far in front of her. It was just a haze. She'd been in an accident, a skiing accident, and all the sand. It was in sand, and all the sand went in her eyes, and basically left her in darkness. And I knew, like if that relationship had lasted, I knew my friends would always take the piss, like, oh, he's finally found happiness with a blind girl with a guide dog, you know what I mean? And it's banter, and she used to think it was funny. When she said, I'll come and meet you at the airport, I said, well, when you get there and you get to them revolving doors, you do realise you're going to go round and round and round for half an hour. And we used to joke about like Braille porn, and she'd wind people up, saying she was fucking great. She was lovely. She was pretty. We had one emotional spell together where she broke down with me when I was sat with her, and I told her, I said, because she was hiding behind the pain that she's gone through in losing her eyesight. And I said to her, I know. And she said, what do you mean you know? I said, I know how not how you feel, but I know you put a brave face on. And, she broke down in tears and admitted that her life was destroyed emotionally, And being with her, I know this, we'd go away and we'd go down to breakfast in a hotel, and she did have a cane and all that. And I know you might find it funny, but I find it funny and she found it funny. We took the piss, so that's fine. But reality of it, if you think about it, if it's a loved one, we'd go for breakfast together and she'd hold onto my arm, and I'd look after her. And I remember saying to Smooth, my best friend, everyone's going to take piss out. We met this girl, she's really nice. And, some people would not want to be involved with her because of this and stuff. And he said, no, it says more about you as a person that, you're a cheeky fella, and most people probably wouldn't expect me to be in a situation like that. Right? And he said, it says more about you being a good fella than that. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but that was what he said. And I just remember being at breakfast with her one day in this very nice hotel in Glasgow. And she said, I want some toast. And I said, I'll go and get it for you. She said, no, I'll go on my own. And I was like, what? Because she could, like, if she could read a newspaper, if she had a special, like, device, right? And if you put, like, a program, match program or something in front of her, she could read it. And if she got close, which she obviously did when she gave me a kiss, she could see. But she explained it to me, and I never got to try it. The Blind Dogs Association have these glasses you can put on that show you what your partner, your friend, your loved one can see. And she said, the only thing I can explain to you is that it's like a big cloud of white hairs, in front of your eyes, which some of my viewers on here are blind and partially sighted because they've told me. And that's how it came out. That's how people told me in the past, telling me what, their situation. And she went to breakfast. She walked across from the table. Obviously could see some kind of light as to where the thing was. And I was really worried for her, but she wanted to do it. Like, she wouldn't be fucking beaten. Do you know what I mean? She just wouldn't be beaten. And when you've had those experiences of meeting people that, my cousin that's paralysed, that girl that was, more or less blinded and in a freak accident, you realise how fucking lucky you are. You, like I say, you might not think it, but you do. And we're all millionaires, really, because we probably, a lot of us will have eyesight and hearing and touch or whatever, and the ability to walk or whatnot. But I believe, like, that was an experience for me It was a very difficult situation because you are a carer as well, and they don't want you to be a carer, but you're forever, making sure, they're all right. And but she lived in England, and I lived here. Um, and we fell out. We had a disagreement in Newcastle, and I thought she'd overreacted and fell out, and it just sort of escalated from there. And I just thought, well, you know, I'd gone for a few beers while she was doing something somewhere, like at a college or something. And I said, when you finish, when you come back, message me and I'll meet you at your taxi at the hotel. I was about 5 doors down from the hotel. Message me before you set off. I'll be there when the taxi pulls up. I'll come and see you. But she didn't do that. So when she turned up, she then went, mad. Oh, you've been out on the lash. You've been out on the lash. Yeah. It was only like 4 or 5 o'clock or something. And I'm walking the streets of Newcastle. I'm terrified. There's football hooligans everywhere. Newcastle were playing. And it was very, very close to the ground. They were throwing bottles and things. And I thought, I don't think, maybe, I don't know. Maybe, you're hearing things a lot more sensitive if you can't see. So, it was that. I was like, no, I said I would go for a couple of pints. I've been sat on my own all day. So I just thought I'd wait for you. And I told her I was going to do that. But that was one of them things, and it just became a big issue. And I just thought, I can't be in a relationship with someone that's where you're not compatible with those things. And I'm very proud of her. I wish her well. I miss her. I like her. Every time I saw something on the news yesterday about a blind lady that was on Good Morning Britain, actually, that had been denied a guide dog. So it made me think of her straight away. When I go to a hotel and I see a little guide dog charity box, I always put something in it now because of her. But it just wasn't meant to be. It was just one of those things. And she went on to give a speech in down at in Parliament, the House of Commons or whatever. She's a good girl, really good girl. And I haven't spoke to her for a long time. It's not a good idea, to do that. I think to keep contact with people you've been emotionally connected with, especially when you're with someone else. And I just hope she's found her happiness. I really do. So your life experiences make you who you are. I know there's people on here that have had lost kids. There's people on here that are dying. There's people, I've had channel members, not channel members I'm aware of, but VIP members that have died in accidents. And when you go through all these things as you get older, you realise how fucking lucky you are to have the ability to be talking to you now, to be stroking Remy here, making it, he's only a dog, but he's happy because he's getting stroked. And, at some point today, I'll go and see my friends, watch football, have a beer. Yeah, we've all got that shit going on in the background. Finances, relationship issues, employment issues maybe, but we can watch Liverpool, can't we? So that's why I'm very much like, money, yeah. I don't, I'd rather cry in a Mercedes than on a push bike. But I think there's a lot more, there's a lot more wealth out there than finance, if that makes sense. Like I just explained to you, you've got touch, you can see, you can hear. Maybe it might not apply to you, but most people. So if you put £1 million on the floor here in front of me and said, go and spend it, first thing, I don't know what I'd do. What would I do? I mean, I'd probably pay my debts off. Make sure Charlotte was all right because she works on Cop Talk. Rob's all right. He's got no women in his life. He's not daft, that lad. He's just getting his first house. But no, I'd make sure they were all right. They're my priorities, aren't they? I'd make sure you're all right, Remy. I'd like to look after Dog Zone down there, but I'd probably be the last person I'd think about because I've got everything. I genuinely have everything. There's nothing. If you said to me, let me buy you something, a treat, I don't know what. I mean, what? I've got my phone, I've got my Xbox to speak to Smooth on. I've got my camera, which I'm loving my photography. I've got my sausages and bacon. But I did come up with something that I wanted, which I've thought about for a long time. And sometimes I think, shouldn't really spend that really. Do you ever do that? Do you ever think I shouldn't be spending that really? Well, maybe because it's the time of the year, I thought, fuck it, I'm going to get myself something. And I put it on my credit card. Which the sensible me goes, yeah, Duncan. But I know my mum would be going, good for you, son. Look where I am today. Get out there and enjoy your fucking self. So I bought a drone. I've bought a drone with a really high quality onboard camera. Go away, please. Go away, please, because you're covering me hairs. And it's something that I know I'm going to like. I've always toyed with the idea of it. It was an impulse thing I did yesterday. Because I just want to get out and do something. Like, you know, I'm really enjoying my photography, right? This is tying into it. So straight away I thought, got this drone, I could fly it over the stadium when there's no one in it. I can, because, you know, I can go in the stadium when I want, just say, can you let me in, right? I could do like a nice little, all the way around. It's a lovely stadium. And then come out of the stadium and go over to the training pitch and swerve around the edges, watch the lads train. And I thought, this gives... So straight away I'm thinking of like how I can do something for them. Do you know what I mean? And then I thought, well, I live in a beautiful country. There's a mountain there. I can go up that mountain and send a drone all the way up to the top. And look, then come down here, look at my house and shit like that. Which I'd like. And then Benidorm is down there, 15 minutes away. There's Altea, Albia, all coastal places, beautiful, beautiful blue seas and everything. And I thought I'm going to go right onto the edge of the cliff one day, which I don't know when I'm going to get time to do this, like, but I'm fucking going to do it because I'm killing myself with work. I promise you I am. And everyone's always on my case. But if you don't work, you don't earn money and don't pay credit card bills. So, fuck it. That's what I thought. Fuck it, I'm getting it. So, and then I'm going to sit on the edge of the cliff, not too near the edge, and I'm going to send my drone out to sea, and I'm going to go right along the coastline as far as I can, along the beach, looking at the beach, but not near the sand. I don't want to invade anyone's privacy. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to fly the drone over groups of people. You can pass over people, you know, unintentionally. Do you know what I mean? Like, what can I do? You know, but you can go up to 120 meters, right? And I've got this app. I've done it all right. I've done it all legally. Oh, my auntie sent a message. Well, I'll come back to that. I got this app. First of all, I registered and applied with the government. You know, registered my drone, applied, got my certification, everything that I need to be legal. I have, God, I don't even know what this app's called, so I only got it yesterday. Where the fuck is it? Shall I ask Dave what it's called? 1 second. I got all my stuff. I've reached out to my insurance company and said, can you get me some insurance? I think that's a good idea, some third-party insurance. EN, it begins with an E. Let's have a look. Everything starts with an E. EN. There we go. Right. So I'm registered. I've got my operator's license number. I've done it all fucking above board. And I've got this map here, look. Let me show you. Serious business. Right. I can click on my location. Right. Which is that blue dot down there. Right, and Benidorm you can see south of me, right? And you can see the no-fly there, up there, the red area, right? And then, if you go right down to the coastline, you might not be able to see this, but if you look at the coastline, you can see it's, I know the light's bad, it's green. So out there, you don't need permission, right? And what it means by that is, if I wanted to fly the drone around here, I can do it. It's not a red zone, right? But you've got to notify them that you intend to do it 5 days in advance. So if I want to go to training and film over the football ground, right, as long as I notify them, print it off, right, they've got my operator number, it's on the drone, or it will be when it gets here, If anything goes wrong, I know you are, got your insurance and everything. So I'm doing it all above board. And I'm going to do it properly. And I think I'm going to get some really, really, really cool footage. I do. And, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe I create a YouTube channel, the coastline or something. Me and my girl, right? We're going to do this travel channel. We're going to do that. We're going to start doing that together. I've got the gear over there, trying to involve her in stuff. And I don't know, I just like making videos now. I said to her, either we do a travel channel or an OnlyFans. She thought, fucking. I went, me, not you. The gays, they like big men, trust me. I don't mean, what I mean is chubby. There's a name for it, I think. I'm not sure. Is it a bear? I don't know. I'll try anything once. So that's it. I've ordered myself a drone. It's the most stupid thing to do in the world, maybe. I said to my mate yesterday, I said, because he's got an hotel, and I said, hey, if you need any, I said, I bought a drone. If you need any, footage of your hotel, let me know. I said, I don't know why I bought it. I think I was just rebelling against life and against being serious. But I know it'll make me really happy. I can't wait, man, to get out there. There's a place just off Benidorm, off the coastline. It's an island. There's a lot of wildlife there, and you've got to respect that. So you can't just send it over and fucking, but you could go out there and just be near and stuff like that. I've got my drone insurance in terms of if it disappears or breaks down or anything. So I've got 2 years of that. I did look at, there was a one on Amazon, a return one, and it said very good condition, minor scratches. But Dave, my AI, taught me out of it. He was like, yeah, but if the batteries are fucked on, they're very expensive. So yeah, you're saving €180, but don't do it. So that's it. I got myself a drone. So I genuinely think I'm going to enjoy it. It's got like it's a proper one. It's not like just like a one from Chinese shop round the corner. Like you know what I mean. It's a proper thing. Proper branded. I've looked into it. It's like best on the market kind of thing. Oh, well, there is a new model just come out above it. But Dave was saying to me, unless you're doing cinematic fucking movies, you don't need that. So, yeah. So I hope you're going to look forward to it. I would like to be able to somehow bring it into this channel, but I'm not sure how. Maybe in my morning briefings, just walking down the street, because it can follow you and stuff like that. So maybe we'll do something like that. Need to get out there and get active. So I've got my glasses now. I've got my drone. I've got a new camera, and I've got some new video equipment for my YouTube and shit. So I'm really, really happy, to be honest with you. Just got to pay for it all now. Although I do have some, amazing support on here, as you know. So that bacon and sausage is calling at me. I hope that podcast mic's all right. We'll find out on Monday. If you've got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any podcast application, search Pocket Casts, Casts, on your phone in the Play Store or Apple Store or whatever, and look for Pocket Casts. It's free, and search Liverpool FC Cop Talk or Cop Talk Liverpool FC. And Dunk Knows Best, D-U-N-K, Dunk Knows Best. Maybe we'll get that back as well. I really want to get stuck into my podcast because, people really like them. They don't generate any revenue, but you've got to give people what they like. Or try. But you see, people care about me. So in the comments section, don't burn yourself out, man. I'm like, no, I just want to do stuff. Yeah, I do. I love it, man. I love it. I love what I do. Do you know what? There's been times over years, and people will tell you, and they could try and smear me in a bad way. There's been times when I've gone, I couldn't give a flying fuck if Liverpool got relegated. And you can imagine someone coming out and using that against you. Yeah, it's all fake. No, not fake at all. That's how I felt at the time. So unhappy, so miserable in my fucking life. Everything was going wrong. Even on that post today about my mum, right, on Facebook. Your mum's a very important person, right? I put 14 years just like that. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. Life has been an absolute shambles. And then I've thought I better put at times in there, otherwise, she might go, what do you mean it's been a shambles? You know what I mean? It's been an absolute shambles at times without her guidance. Miss you, man. Do you know what I mean? And it's right. So, there was a period in my life where I couldn't give a fuck about Cop Talk. Honestly, nah. But my life's changed. I feel happier. And I love my people's here. One thing I've learned since the pandemic, and the pandemic fucked up my life in one way, 'cause I ended up getting divorced because of the pandemic, in my opinion. There you go. I don't think that was the sole reason, but if we hadn't been apart for 2 years, then I think we'd have fixed it. But there you go, that's the past. But one thing it did do was create a massive community on Cop Talk TV because we started streaming every day during lockdowns and shit. And over here was one of the strictest lockdowns in the world. We had military on the street, couldn't do fuck all here. But we all came together. And when I look at my community now on here, the amount of people that support me and buy you a beer on a weekend, it's incredible. How nice is that? I know it really grates the people that don't like me. But my defense or my answer to them would be, well, maybe if you weren't such a negative, miserable fucker and did something and put a smile on someone's faces, maybe your life won't be so shit, because that's obviously what they think. Oh, it's fuck, I'm doing this, and look at that. Someone's just giving 50 quid to go and get a fucking meal. Do something then. Do you know what I mean? There's no gun to anybody's head. People must think, oh, I like Dunk, man, get him a beer. Fuck yeah, I do that. I do. I ain't got a problem. If I'm getting enjoyment out of someone, there was a guy in here called Paul Robinette, look him up, Renetto, first YouTube partner in the world. That means the first person ever to be monetized. Back when YouTube was YouTube, when it was a vlogging platform, he used to get tens of thousands of views or hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million plus, or he maybe had tens of thousands of subscribers. But back then it was amazing. Now you need trillions and billions, you know what I mean? But I remember when he fell on his ass and his marriage broke down and he was struggling. And I didn't have anything, but I was like, here's $100 there, mate, get yourself a beer or something. Fucking look out for it, you know what I mean? All them years of entertainment I got watching his videos. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be sat here doing this video now. He inspired me to do it. So I don't know where we are with this morning briefing, to be honest. I think I've done well because I've kept myself together. What we're going to do now is some acknowledgements. Just looking at my notifications. Obviously, I'm getting a lot of messages today. All right, what's this one then? Oh, the lads are training. Someone at the club's just sent me that picture. The lads are training. Looks lovely, doesn't it? I'd love to have gone, actually, but I think once a week's enough. Okay. Acknowledgements. Did we have a live stream yesterday? No, because I was taking my girl out for dinner, but didn't go for dinner. But I did appreciate a bit of time. So there's no acknowledgements, no super thanks. Right. Okay, let's give a shout out to the following people. These are super thanks. This is the love art under the videos. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to fucking say it forever, all right? If it wasn't for the super thanks, super chats, channel members on here, there would be no YouTube channel. Fact. That's a Rafa fact. There just wouldn't be. Fact. So we need to be grateful. 2, Niall, channel member. Niall's been an amazing supportive friend to me, my family, my kids. Well, when I say my kids, he always asks that, he'll ask how's Charlotte, how's Rob. I know he messages my partner and says, is he all right? Is he, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because she'll say, oh, Niall's asking after you. He's lovely, isn't he? Stuff like that. He's been very supportive and, he's bought things for the channel, encouraged me to fulfill my happiness and stuff. And he's a really, really good kid. And you'll see him on the live streams. And gift channel memberships to people. We're very lucky to have Niall. I am really lucky to have Niall. I'm very lucky. That's just going to leave it at that. He's a good kid. Now, thank you, man, for supporting my videos yesterday. Also, Sean O'Neill, another channel member. Sean, it's usually the same people. Jaws the Bull as well. I won't have much time tomorrow, the 7th, to join a video, as it's my birthday. Happy birthday. He's supported my channel. He's put a fiver in. And I'll be out. Don't blame you. But I wanted to give you a prezzy. I should be giving you a prezzy. £5 to share with yourself and Remy. And then in brackets it says doggy biscuits. Especially on this awkward day for yourself. Oh, see what I mean? Happy birthday, Jaws. Thank you, man. What a legend. Brian McCarley, also a channel member as well. Bought me a coffee if you want to look at it like that. Thank you, Brian. Do you know what, guys? I've not been to that. I don't think I've been to that cafe this year. I'm not sure. Maybe once. He'll be wondering where I am. He'll be wondering where I am. But, you know, she's moved in. And it's really affected my mornings. This morning was all right, though. Yeah, it's really affected my mornings, really. Because I take her to work, you know, I've got to get her to work, and I don't know, it's been cold in the morning, so I usually go to a cafe on my scooter, so now it's warming up a little bit. I do need to go back. It sets me up for the day, you know. It gets me out, you know, which is good because you're in here all fucking time. Well, I say that, but I was at training yesterday, so I do make an effort to cross the door these days, but I just think it helps. Brian McCarley, what a legend. Steve Harrison, channel member as well. Thanks, my man. Thoughts are with you, Dunk, over this difficult weekend. Love to you and your family. Just watch the Turncoat Torres video. And he's put loads of laughing faces. Buy yourself a Magnus. Thank you, mate. Do you know what, though? I'm going to be honest. I think I'm going to have lager today. I think the cider affects the weight loss because it's all sugar, really. Lager's not. I don't really like lager, to be honest, though. And maybe today I should go fuck it. But I think I've done one fuck it already. The more I think about buying that drone and putting it on my thing, I just maybe I need a drink. She came home last night and I went, not that it's any of her fucking business and never will be. But I said to her, I went and bought a drone today. She went, what? I said, I bought a drone. She went, you're so impulsive. I went, what, repulsive? She went, no, like you just get an idea and then you do it. But that's me. Yesterday, you know what I mean? Like the podcast, I'm like, right, podcast is coming back. Right, I'll just go and buy a €333 fucking microphone then. Not stick with the existing fucking, you know, because my podcast, you know, what if I don't stick to it? Yeah, well, I'm happy anyway. The Turncoat Torres video, I mentioned it in yesterday's briefing. If you've not seen that, guys, look on this channel at Turncoat Torres. I dare look at it. It's the only, well, not the only, but it's the big video that everyone always goes, oh, that Turncoat Torres video. I swear down, I don't know how old it is. I do not know what I say in it. I'm sure it was titled Turncoat Torres is a typical twat or something. And I love Torres. I think Torres. I think it might be because he left us. I was really angry. I forgave him, though, when I found out a few things. Torres. Oh, Torres. Steve Harrison. By the way, I've checked today's Spanish football dailies. There's nothing. Oh, no, there is. There's Traitor Trent stuff. There's Traitor Trent stuff. Yeah, there is. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance today, though. But he's due to return for Real Madrid tomorrow at Valencia, and I've got tickets for that game. Thank you, Steve Harrison. I think I've done this one. Yeah, I've done this one. It was from Antonymous. A drink from me. I think you said the 7th was your mum's anniversary. Something like that. Done that one. Thank you, brother. Okay. So those are my super thanks. While you're watching this video right about now, you could be looking to see where the love heart is. Philip O'Hagan, don't love the content, straight talking, no BS. Thank you. Okay. I don't think anything came in on PayPal or Monzo. They're links in the video description. I don't think so. I checked for screenshots. I don't see anything. And I don't recall Charlotte telling me anything. So that leaves Revolut. Now, you know Revolut. Revolut is my beer kitty. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, right? My beer kitty eventually was quite supported this week. Up until Thursday, no one had got me a beer, and I was starting to like shake and that. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I can't go out on Saturday. But I did say earlier in the week, I might not go out. Maybe that's why people were like, I don't know. It's unusual. Usually I get a beer first thing on Monday. Is setting your beer kitty off. Now, let me explain, just in case you don't know. So there's 3 links in the video description. Monzo, PayPal, Revolut. There's the love art on the channel. There's a channel membership. Now, the YouTube revenue, the channel membership, the thumbs up, not thumbs up, love art, shit like that, right? That goes in a kitty. You get that once a month from YouTube, and revenue for views, but I don't get many views because I don't clickbait and sensationalize and all that. So that's not, I don't think that's anything, to be honest with you. That comes in every month on the 23rd, 24th. YouTube take 30% of that, and then obviously the taxman takes some as well. But yeah, YouTube takes 30%. But the YouTube revenue is what pays for everything. Just. Most of the time, maybe not, to be honest with you, but somehow we're still there. Do you know what I mean? As long as you break even, as long as I can turn my electric on, get something to eat during the week or whatever, look after it, I'm all right. I don't need to be out fancy. That was a baby credit card bill. The links in the video description, right? I get 100% of that. There's no deduction, and they're instant. So if you use that now, it would flash up instantly on my phone. Bang. Do you know what I mean? And I go, all right, nice one. PayPal and Monzo, I can't reply. There's no facility for that. And they do go into the bank, right? Into my bank, which of course is helpful. Revolut I've kind of made Revolut my beer kitty, like my social life. So Revolut doesn't go into my bank unless I absolutely need to pull something from it, which I have to do sometimes. So Revolut is my beer kitty because it's on a virtual card on my phone that, I can go to a bar and go, ding, like that, right? So it's psychological. You don't think you're spending it. Like if you're using your bank card and you think, I've got them fucking direct debit, taxman on 20, anything like that. Whatever, these things that cross my mind all the time, you think, I shouldn't be doing that really. I had a massive row with my missus years ago. I'd gone out on a Saturday night, pulled 150 maybe out of the wall, and she went mental. And it was after me, not long after my mum had died, and she'd been nagging at me, you can't go out tonight, you can't go out. So I went out, went to the wall, took the money, fuck that, I'll do what I want. Not against her, against life, and then like that'd be the Saturday, and on the Monday she'd be like, well, the money's not going to be there for this or that. And I was, so you always, these are things you've got to learn as you get older. You can't be like that. But when you're angry and upset, you do silly things. So it weren't her fault, like. She'd just be like, what are you doing? So I kind of like have this attitude of just leave the bank alone if you can, right? My policy that I've forced on myself is if there's nothing in Revolut, I'm not going out. I'm not having a bet maybe. I'm not going to go for a drink. I don't go for a drink. I go for a social get together with my friends, which usually involves a drink. And you'd want a drink if you were with them. There's nothing worse is than being out with people that aren't had a drink. So my Revolut, it comes in instantly. It puts a smile on my face. It can be during the night. I can be in the bar. If I'm in the bar with my friends, right? Let's say what time I go to the bar today. 2:00, and I'll be watching the Sunderland game, for example. Oh, look at that fucking Red John, look. Just get a drink, goes a drink. And even Niall will go, get Martin a few beers. And I'll go, Martin, look, Niall's got you a beer. And then everyone starts talking, like, fuck me, Dunk's people are fucking amazing. And I'll sit there going, yeah, it's good aren't they? You know what I mean? It's me. Who wouldn't like that? So, because it's on here, it's like Monopoly money. It's like that. Sometimes I do have to dip into it, I admit that. Who's messaged me? Football stuff. So, the Revolut link is my beer kitty on a Saturday. But I'm going to be honest with you, I have enough in my Revolut account to have a good day out today, I think. So, you don't need to do that. I mean, you can. I'd love it if you do. It supports other things. I get pictures, as you've seen, developed for the players. I pay for that myself, for the younger players especially. It's a bit of your happiness, like I say, my podcast microphone was €313. It's got to be paid for. So yeah, I'm not going to decline, people that want to support me and help the channel and help me. But I'm also going to be honest at the same time and go, hey, look, I'll be out today. I can be out today, I don't like naming names all the time because sometimes you might forget someone, and you know. So, but the people watching know who's done that. And in fact, we'll look at any in the last 24 hours. Let's take a quick look, and then I'm putting them sausages on. What we up to? Oh, can we get finished on an hour? Sounds like me, my sexy cool. Can we finish within an hour? Fucking having a laugh, aren't you? Maybe need an hour to put my socks on. Right, okay. Is there anyone, look, Carl Russell, here we go. Thinking of you today, mate. That's why I like Revolut, because it's one way of messaging. It's the I do not have notifications on anything. Revolut, I do in case someone's bought me a beer. So I can't avoid you if you're on Revolut. All right, not that I would avoid you, Carl, or anyone. I'm just saying, I have notifications off. Thinking of you today, mate. And he sent a fiver yesterday. He says, better late than never. Happy Friday, mate. He's all right, Carl. He's been having some shit recently as well. I met him out here. He's fucking mint. He's one of them people I wish lived out here. I do, honestly. Okay. I've just got a message. 1 second. Okay, let's have a look. Who else have we got? Gareth Turner, Cop-Heights of Anfield YouTube channel. Have a drink tomorrow, bro. Hope you're okay, bro. I know it's a sad time for you tomorrow. I just wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking Gareth, man. Gareth's mint. You know, Gareth's like, by his own admission, you know, he'll tell you, you know, he has a bit going on every now and then. And there he is thinking a little old me. People are amazing, aren't they? There's some real shits out there online, some real scummy, awful, fucking degenerate arseholes, nasty pasties. But then there's people like Gareth. It's amazing. Thank you, Gareth. You fucking legend. Okay. Also, Owen, thinking of you today on the anniversary of your mum's death. She'll be looking down on you as a very proud mum. Here's something towards, and he's got me a couple of Magners there. Thank you, Owen, brother. Thanks, man. I'm going to quickly move on because I don't want to dwell too much on your words. I've got through the video. I did that one the other day. Mark Westergren. Cheers, Dunk. Have a part of me. Been watching you and reading for years. Keep up the good work. Melvin before that. That was a lovely message he sent me. Right, let's continue. There might be some, because they're the ones you can message, and I think the ones you can message must have an account. The ones you can't message must use a link or something. Yesterday, William Cahill, top up Dunk. William, man, he talks me up. That's what, it's amazing, isn't it? I suppose it's only like people that go to Wetherspoons in England and go, we're at table 32. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if I did that with Rob on Lash. We'd be fucking hammered. Payment from William. Thank you, man. Top up done. Gareth's there. We got Jeff 97. Couple of Magners. Raise a glass to your mum, mate. Oh, thank you, man. Stephen M. Love your content. Cheers from Australia. I don't know if I might have got that one in yesterday because it came in the middle of the night. I think I did. Okay. So they're all in sterling. I need to switch to euros just to check. Euros, there we go. Now this one says Sean O. Now I don't know if it's Sean O, one word, or Sean O. I think it's Sean O. It's not our Sean O, is it? That many of you will know, I think. It doesn't have a full name. It just says Sean space O. And it says, finally found out how to support via Revolut. Have a beer. Have a beer. You sent me enough for 4 bottles there. 4 bottles of Magners. And before that was Nicholas a few days ago. And I think, guys, that concludes everything. And we've done an hour. So thank you for supporting me. It really does mean a lot to me. It does. This is more than a YouTube channel, I think. any fucking idiot can start a YouTube channel, right? My YouTube channel is not my only thing. Like coptalk.com, the VIP members website, that's the baby. That's my community. That's the. If you want to do something where you go, fuck me, I'm really fuck the VIP members website. The link's in the video description, I think. If not, go to coptalk.com on the right hand side. You'll see VIP. This is where everyone is, and this is where the important people. So you know, like you get the mail stand emails. You'll find some of those people in there. It's a very good community, but I'm going to say that it's advertisement free. It's old school, proper serious, no like internet hating toxicity. Yeah, people fall out, of course they do, but it's passion in it. But yeah, guys, man, thanks. You mean the world to me. There's a new channel tier on here. I don't think anyone will take it. I've introduced a new channel membership tier, but it's a few bob that one, like a month. But if you don't ask, you don't get. And if I just thought, God, if 2 people did that, you'd be laughing, you know. And it's like where I'm going to do like a monthly phone call with them. So on that membership tier, you know, we'll agree when there's a good time and we'll catch up, have a coffee, a video call or a call, you know, an ordinary call, and speak to people, you know, and they can ask, and just a very private thing, you know, not broadcast, just, all right, mate, how you doing? You know, how's things? It's that kind of thing, you know. I don't think anyone will do it, but I thought I'd do it. Fuck it. Other people do it, so why not? Okay then. Well, it's nice blue sky out there. The clouds are moving slowly by. I'm dying at the end of my video, so it's time for the bacon and sausage. Oh, did you wake up? I'll give you a sausages. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for being with me. You know who you are. I know some of you watch on TVs, including my friend Martin. I know you can't thumbs up. I know you can't comment, but I know you still care. And I'm very grateful for that. I really am. Thanks to those of you that are in a position to support the channel financially. And thanks to you that are in a position to support my drinking habits on a Saturday. Very much needed today, I think. Hello, son. You all right? Sorry, what? Thanks to, you know, whoever it was that got him a bone the other day. Is that you hinting that you want another bone? No, someone said today there's a fiver there, get some treats. I promise you I'll get you a little bone. I'll get him a little bone. Because when I go out on a Saturday, he's on his own. And I leave him outside. It's lovely and sunny out there. Don't I? And then he stays outside till she gets back, and then she puts him in. But I like to leave a bone for him, you know, like for him to chew on while I'm gone. I do have cameras all around my house, so when I'm sat in pub, I check and I can speak to him. Am I a bit soft? Right then. Better go. This drone won't pay for its fucking self. I know what she'd say. You'll do it, lad. You'll do it. So I miss me, mum. I really do. But we've got to keep doing things right by her. She'd want me to go out and have a beer today and have a good time. She'd want me to check on my auntie. She'd want me to look after them kids, her grandkids. And she'd want me to look after myself. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Please click on the love heart, the super thanks if you want to support my channel. If you want to become one of my peoples, my squad, please join the channel. There should be a join button on there. If you're on an Apple device, it might not be there. You might have to use a web browser. There are links in the video description to support me in other methods, as I've just gone over. I always give a shout out to everyone that does that, you know. And there should be a link for the VIP membership if you'd like to join me on the main site. It's all we do, innit, Remy? We'll be here forever, me and you, until the day we part, my friend. See, now I'm getting morbid. We're not parting anything. Fuck that. We're going to have some sausages. We're going to have some sausages. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great weekend. Up the fucking Reds. We'll talk about Liverpool in the videos that's supposed to be about Liverpool, I guess. But, you know, community, you never walk alone. If you really understand what supporting Liverpool Football Club is about, you'll enjoy the authenticity and friendship, I think, offered via my morning briefings. and that's offered to me that I tell you about. Cheers, guys. Thanks.